Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You could tap in or you could tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money and chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation gear. We on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 60K, all right? Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, do me a favor, my G's, all right? You already know. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. You understand me? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time we step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, my G's, all right? Now, listen, man. I got a lot of people in the DM right now. Yo, Big G and BTV, what's your thought process on everything that's going down with the U.S., Iran, and Israel? I mean, what's your thought process? What's your perspective on everything that's taking place with the U.S., Israel, and Iran? And I got to say, man, it is absolutely nasty work, my G's. You already know how I'm giving it up. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. And if you can't hide forever, why would you ever run? Okay? Now, last night we talked about Habibi. Yeah, we talked about Israel. We talked about a lot in that live stream. And then I wake up this morning and guess what? Yeah, we already are initiating war with Iran. Okay, so it's a reason why those downloads was downloading last night. And if you want to get into that, you already know, go into the archives and look it up and do your due diligence, do your research. It's a reason why those downloads downloaded. I woke up this morning and we are officially at war with Iran. Okay, now we're going to get into this. It get deeper, get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. It's always deeper than rap because we already know who's the puppet master. Yeah, we already know who's the Geppetto when it comes to the United States of America, when it comes to the U.S. government, when it comes to the president of the United States of America. We already know who's pulling the strings, and we already exposed that, okay? So we're going to have to get into this, and we're going to talk about this. Big salute to everybody that's in the chat. Big salute to everybody that's going to lock in. But it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap, especially when you can see through the smoke and mirrors, especially when you can see behind the curtain, when the veil has been dropped, and we understand that we are not going to war with Iran because of the American people, to protect American politics and American soil and American citizens. That ain't why we in the paint right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we ain't in the paint right now because of what's going on or trying to protect America. We in the paint right now because the puppets, the Geppetto, yeah, the puppet master says we got to get it popping. Now, listen, this is going to be yeah, it's going to be electrifying. So make sure you do what you're supposed to do when you come in here, all right? Now, before I give y'all this pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles, before I give y'all this pure, unadulterated fuel dope, I'm talking straight out the, yeah, 93 octane pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles, right? I got to do some customizations to the chat. Yeah, one thing for sure, two things for certain. The higher-ups and the elites are always playing chess at the highest level. The higher-ups and the elites are always trying to shadow ban the message and muffle the message and shadow ban the channel. The higher-ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is an absolute threat to the establishment. Not only am I a threat to the establishment, but the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, so we're going to have a conversation. World War III is on the horizon. World War III is already in process. You understand what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about that tonight. Big salute, Big Wrenches. I see you in here, Mr. Universe. You know, like I said before, there is no coincidence. We had this conversation last night. When the downloads download, there is no such thing as a coincidence. All right? We don't believe in that. Everything happens for a reason. And you know, we had that conversation last night for a reason. Wake up this morning, we on the brink of World War III. Now, I want y'all to understand something. You in the right place. You know, it's no reason why we shouldn't be having this conversation. I mean, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. It's happening right in front of our face. I mean, what they want us to do, act like it's not going down. What they want us to do, keep talking about TIP and Damani and King Harris. What they want us to do, act like we don't see the play in action. Yeah. They, you know, it's no way. We're not going to turn a blind eye to what's going on outside. And it's an absolute war going on outside. Big salute to the chat, man. Run them likes up. Do what y'all supposed to do when y'all come in here. Y'all already know how we giving it up. Yeah, Donald Trump is on a rampage. We're going to talk about that as well. Yeah. We're going to talk about exactly why Donald J. Trump is moving. I mean, he's moving so effortlessly at the pull of a string. All right, now you see that right there at the bottom of the chat. You see that right there. It's right there at the bottom of the chat. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, using your Twitter fingers to do what your Twitter fingers like to do, all in the comment section, using your Twitter fingers and leaving comments with the Twitter fingers and doing the Twittering with your Twitter fingers and all that. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear. Every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, yours truly, Grown Man Business TV, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, again, unless you've been under a rock for the last 12 to 13 hours, you should already know that it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. And if you can't hide forever, why would you ever run? This is inevitable. You understand what I'm saying? The process to World War III, you know, the process, the footsteps to 2030, you know, it was written. It is a biblical situation. There is no getting around this, okay? So we're going to break this thing down and we're going to get deeper into this and we're going to really expose what's going on. You know, always notice the U.S. government, you know, the presidents of the United States of America, they always use the American citizens in our safety to move on these other countries, to move for the oil, to move for the natural resources or whatever they trying to get their hands on. They always start and they always lead with the safety of the American people. Oh, we're having to make sure that the American citizens are safe and our democracy is taken care of. You understand what I'm saying? It's always a sense of urgency to protect the American people and our safety. But is that really the reason? Or is there another narrative? Is there another agenda? Like Israel. Yeah. Let's talk about that. A lot of people don't even like to say that word. Everybody act like that place don't exist. But see, for the most part, we always moving for the benefit of Israel. Yeah. All of this propaganda, all of these storylines, all of these narratives, you know, based around the United States and the American citizens, but benefiting Bibi in Israel. You understand what I'm saying? This is where it get deep at. This is what these news outlets ain't gonna tell you. This is what CNN and Fox News and you know, the Breakfast Club, this is what they gonna shadow ban. This is what they gonna act like never existed. Okay? Now we gonna definitely scratch the surface tonight. Big salute to the chat. It's nasty work. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, y'all already know, I kept the receipts. I don't go nowhere without the receipts. I don't step out the house without the receipts in my back pocket, my G. I don't move without the receipts. And we're gonna start from the election You know, some of the things that Donald Trump told the American people that got him in office, some of the promises that he made. And we're going to start right there. And we're not going to waste no time. We're not going to do a whole bunch of playing tonight. That, you know, I got a shooter in the chat. There are wrenches in the chat. So all the kids, all the babies, all the youngsters, y'all go upstairs. Y'all go play Sega Genesis and y'all go play Call of Duty. And y'all make sure y'all keep the noise down. It's grown folk conversation going on down here. Grown man business taking place. Okay? So keep the noise down and don't make me take my belt off. Don't make me come upstairs with my, because if I come upstairs and I got my belt in my hand, that means it's going to be belt to ass. And I don't want to hear no crying. You know, fix your face before I give you something to cry about. Whew. Yeah, y'all remember that? Fix your face before I give you something to cry about. Think about that before you get in the chat playing games while grown folks is having grown folk conversation. All right? Think about that. Now let's get into this, man. Donald Trump, Israel, synchronized hits on Iran. Now, this is something that's been in the air for a long time. You know, I want to give y'all just some context of where this came from. A lot of y'all might not even have been alive when this was going down. But ever since 9/11, that's when I can remember. Ever since 9/11, when they pulled that Hail Mary play, you know, the Twin Towers, you know, the war on terrorism. There were terrorists. There were terrorists. They knocked down the Twin Towers. Come to find out, you know, George Bush and his people had their hands in the pot. Come to find out it was a lot of foul play. And it was a lot of, you know, people getting rich off the deletion of American citizens in those buildings. And they blamed it on Iraq, and they blamed it on Iran, and they blamed it on bin Laden. A lot of y'all don't remember bin Laden. Osama bin Laden. You understand? And ever since then, ever since we retaliated on Iraq and on Iran, and we were deleting women, children, elderly people in the name of the World Trade Centers, in the name of an attack on American soil that in due time we found out was orchestrated by the American government. Iran and Iraq have been screaming deletion to America. Now, you know I want to say the real word, but I got to be careful on YouTube. Ever since then, they have been screaming deletion to America. And they've been doing any and everything in their power to get their hands on a nuclear weapon, a nuclear warhead. They have been doing anything in their power to figure out how they could get some get back on America. But see, this is where they lost a lot of us at. It's not just America they want get back with. It's Israel. Oh yeah, it's Israel. So one thing for sure, two things for certain, you know, we're going to make sure that the American citizen is protected. We're going to make sure that our borders are protected. But see, Israel is over there near Iran. Israel is in fear of Iran getting those nukes. Because before they get to the American soil, what you got to understand is they're going to touch Israel. If Iran was to get their hands on something real good, before they get to America, they're going to touch Iran. They're going to touch Israel. If Iran get their hands on something powerful, they're not going to bypass Israel and come to America. They're going to touch Israel. And what you got to know something is this, right? I know we give Israel a lot of credit. We give them a lot of, we give them a lot of play when it comes to the higher ups and the elites and who's in control of America and who's running the American government. But it is not because they are a powerful, powerful nation. Oh, I want to be honest with you. Those people like Bibi and the people of Israel They are cowards. They are frail. They are softer than Dollar Tree cotton. And that's why they figured out a way to get the American government in their back pocket. We are the strong ones. We are the top of the food chain when it come to war. When it come to global war, America is number one. So Israel figured out how to get America in the back pocket. So every time Israel feels threatened, every time them people over there feel like it's a problem or something's gonna go down, you ever notice how, or out of nowhere, we riding with them. We ride with them every time. We don't ask no questions. We don't say, yo, what's going on with this? Or yo, what's going on with that? If Israel is trying to ride, then we trying to ride with them. Hence them Epstein files. Hence, you gotta be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. You gotta be able to really understand what's going on. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. Iran, they been wanting to bomb on Israel. Iran and Iraq, they look at Israel as some suckers. They softer than Dollar Tree cotton, but guess what? Israel got the big brother, America. Now, I just wanted to give y'all some context on that. Yeah, it's a reason why they go so hard and why they did so much to get the American government in their back pocket with them Epstein files. We're gonna talk more about that later, but I want to start right here. Like I said, it's gonna be a movie tonight. I want to start right here with Donald Trump telling us he's not taking anybody to war. What's up, baby girl? Everything all right? Everything good? You know, Donald Trump told us he wasn't taking us to war. Donald Trump, we're gonna start right there. All right, big salute to the chat. Well over 200 in here. Hit the like button and all that. Do what you're supposed to do when you step in the building and all that. Let's get right into this. Look.
Realignment, uniting citizens of all backgrounds around a common core of common sense. You know, we're the party of common sense. We want to have borders. We want to have security. We want to have things be good, safe. We want great education. We want a strong and powerful military, and ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. Except ideally we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. Ideally, we don't have to use it. You know, we had no wars. 4 years we had no wars, except we defeated ISIS. We defeated ISIS in record time, but we had no wars. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
Now, I'm just playing that right there just to give you some context on what a lot of people on American soil was hoping Trump was going to stick to. You know what I'm saying? You know, Biden, a lot of wars started taking place under Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and all that. Do me a favor, baby girl, cut the AC on. You know, Russia, right? The Ukraine, etc. You know, we spent almost almost $1 trillion being spread out through the Ukraine and Argentina and X, Y, and Z. You already know how you feel what I'm saying? So when it come to Donald Trump, when it come to this new regime, a lot of people was hoping this wasn't going to happen. But at the end of the day, you know, you got YouTubers, you got independent content creators like myself that told y'all a long time ago. I told y'all everything they say, you got to look at it in reverse. I'm talking about down here, sweetheart. Yeah. You got to look at it in reverse. Independent content creators like myself told y'all, World War III. There is no stopping it. It's inevitable. But I just wanted to play that because, you know, Trump said he was not going to war. Trump said, y'all don't gotta worry. We ain't going to war, X, Y, and Z. You gotta know, and you gotta be able to connect the dots. You gotta be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. It ain't us going to war. It's Israel going to war. It's Israel. It's the Gaza Strip. It's a whole situation where they trying to expand. Yeah, they trying to expand their horizons over there. They trying to conquer more land. They trying to claim more land over there, and they're using, you know, the Bible and biblical scripture to justify genocide. Listen. We just talked about this last night. They're using biblical scripture, the descendants of Abraham, to claim land and now expand. Okay? And they have to have Big Brother United States of America to back them up. Okay? So I wanted to start right there. You know, this government is just as much puppets as the celebrities. This government is being controlled. They have no choice in the matter. Y'all remember Donald Trump was talking like this and he was talking like that until them people let him know, hey, them files, you know, you want it, right? You know that. Oh, we're going to expose the IRS. Doge, we're going to get the tax money. We're not going to war. We don't care who it is. America first. We're not going to war with Israel. If the American people don't want war, we're not going to war. Yeah, until Habibi and them boys set Trump ass down and said, hold up, homie. Hold up. You got a little bit too much dip on your chip. You know them Epstein files about to get released and you know your ass is on it. You're going to do like every other president did and you're going to fall in line, or you going to get down and you going to lay down. And if you lay down, then you going to stay down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And here we are. Here we are. Bombs over Baghdad. Well, not Baghdad, you know, it's Iran. But I just like how that sounds. Bombs over Baghdad. Salute the outcasts. There is no way around this. Or we gonna get deeper. We just scratching the surface. I'm just exposing again and again and again why we end up in these situations. Why our tax dollars ain't benefiting us. Why we giving all these different countries and all these different nations all our goddamn money, and we over here, we got potholes in the road. We got sewage pipes busting in the Potomac River. We can't control it. We got bridges being collapsed. We got a all-time high of homelessness and food is being poisoned. All these things is happening because our government is being controlled by that little ass nation over there. Now we gonna get deeper into that too, as far as the Epstein files. And you know, I'm gonna talk directly to the dog for tonight when it come to the Epstein files. But let's just stay right here. Let's just keep going where we going at. All right. Now, not only did Trump say, "Ain't no war. We ain't going to war. We ain't with no war," but homie from last night said that too. And you know, we gonna talk about that. Tucker Carlson was having a conversation, and homie told Tucker, "We don't want war with Iran." You know what? I got the receipts. I don't want to do too much talking. Let's get right into this. Look.
Bibi Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran.
I don't want to be argumentative, but I think I know too much. I mean, let's be real. Okay, so there was, Steve Witkoff, in my opinion, is just a sterling guy, just a good guy, excellent.
He's a good guy.
He and maybe Jared too are involved in a negotiation with Iran, and the Israeli government short circuits it by hitting Iran. So,
what do you mean they short circuited by hitting Iran?
They did everything they could to shut down the negotiations. between the United States, the Trump administration, and Iran. They're acting in their own interest, but our country should also act in its own interest. That's all I'm saying. And so don't tell me that Bibi doesn't want a war with Iran.
Bibi Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran.
I don't want
the war with Iran.
I don't want
the
to argue.
Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran.
I don't want
the Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran. Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran. Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran.
I don't want the argument, but I think I know too much. I mean, let's be real. Okay, so there was, Steve Witkoff, in my opinion, is just a sterling guy, just a good guy, excellent.
He's a good guy.
He and maybe Jared too are involved in a negotiation with Iran, and the Israeli government short circuits it by hitting Iran. So,
what do you mean they short circuited by hitting Iran?
They did everything they could to shut down the negotiations between the United States, the Trump administration, and Iran. They're acting in their own interest, but our country should also act in its own interest. That's all I'm saying. And so don't tell me that Bibi doesn't want a war with Iran.
Bibi Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran.
Bibi Netanyahu does not want a war with Iran. Yeah, he absolutely wants a war. He's been wanting to go to war for a long time. We've been kind of, dragging our feet on it. Tucker Carlson said in this clip right here, in this receipt, that they are moving at the interests of their country, and we should do the same. And it doesn't benefit us going to war with Israel over whatever that. It doesn't benefit us. I always tell y'all, imagine if white people minded they goddamn business. Imagine how the world would be such an amazing place. Imagine how great the planet would be if dog fur having people were to just mind their business, mind the business that pays them and benefits them. Imagine if America just stayed out of everybody's business. Imagine if we just did our work, went to work every day, taxed our citizens, took that very tax money and put it back into America and invested in this great land of America. Imagine if for 5 years, no matter what's going on the face of the planet, we will turn a blind eye and we will take trillions and trillions of American tax-paying dollars and recycle it into America, reinvest it into America, and we just minded our own business. Imagine how great the world would be, but not only the world, imagine how powerful and how great this great nation would become. 24 months of America, dog fur having people minding their business, 24 months. And I mean, you will see a big difference on American soil. It doesn't benefit us minding everybody else's business. Actually, it only costs us money every time we stick our noses in somebody else's business. When we stick our noses in Russia's business, it costs us almost $1 trillion. Argentina, we $40 billion. Iran, we just been sending money. I mean, we've been paying reparations to Jewish people for the Holocaust. I mean, if we just minded our own business, if we was to tell Israel, listen, man, y'all got to do this shit on your, whatever y'all got going on over there, lace up your boots and go to war. If y'all got a problem with Iran, handle that. If y'all got a problem, y'all need to handle that. The world would be an amazing place. Okay? And I just needed to throw that out there because, Donald Trump and these presidents, it has become redundant. It is absolutely obvious that y'all are being controlled. It don't take rocket science to be able to say, I don't think this is the best move for the American people. But y'all are being forced into position. Y'all are being forced into war. Forced at this point. okay? And again, we have this technology. We have, you know, the era of truth. You know, we have AI. This is not this is not, yeah. This is not 9/11, my G. Y'all ain't gonna be able to knock these buildings down, go to war, sweep it under the rug, and make billions and trillions of dollars without us seeing it. Now that's Donald Trump saying he didn't want to go to war. We not going to war. This guy right here, Mike Huckabee, obviously a speaker for BB and all that. He said, yo, BB don't want to go to war. Nobody wants a problem with Iran. But somehow, some way, we got issues and we had war with Iran. Now, you know, I appreciate everybody locked in with this channel, and I know why y'all here. You know, nobody's going to connect the dots like Grown Man Business TV. Nobody's going to say what I'm going to say because my perspective comes from the downloads. You know, I'm not doing a whole bunch of research. I'm not regurgitating everybody's content. I'm not remixing anybody's content. Straight from the downloads. And what you got to understand is it's deeper than Iran. Ooh-wee. Oh, yes. Yes. This where it get dangerous at. It's deeper than Iran. Venezuela was deeper than oil. You understand? That's the surface. Oh, Iran is a threat to American soil. Oh, Venezuela, we want the oil. They've been selling fentanyl. Venezuela, Iran have one situation and one common denominator. Can y'all guess what that denominator is? Do y'all know? Can y'all see through the smoke and mirrors? Can y'all guess the common denominator when it comes to Venezuela and Iran? Don't worry, I got you. China. Here we go again. Here we go again talking about Chinatown and all that. Yeah, Canal Street, the Chinaman. Here we go. Venezuela had a lot of oil that was going out there and was doing business with China. Iran, okay? They in bed with China. You know, Israel is in bed with America by force, by extortion. Yeah, Israel is in bed with America. Israel is in bed with America, and Iran is in bed with China. Yes. There's always bigger players in the background. America is being forced. You know, we are being taken advantage of. A lot of you already know when it comes to the American government, a lot of y'all, the majority of y'all is on them Epstein files. Y'all have absolutely no choice. Either go to war, do what Israel is asking you to do, or be exposed. And you still at the risk of being exposed anyway, right? Iran is in cahoots with China. China done already got behind Iran. Yo, they got America. They trying to bully y'all. Well, we gonna rock with y'all. You got us as allies. Okay? Israel got America as an ally. Iran has China as an ally. And see, the same thing with Venezuela, you know. One of the main reasons we doing what we doing, and one of the main reasons we handling business the way we handling business is because the real war is between China, Russia, and the BRICS nation. So when we get to attacking y'all homie, ain't that y'all homie right there? Ain't that y'all ally? If Iran is your ally, if Venezuela is your ally, and we bomb on them, we trying to see what y'all gonna do. See, what you got to know is the World War III is not between Venezuela or Iran. It's China out there with the machines and them goddamn robots and all that. And it's the West. That's the real. Even with Russia, homie. Yeah, Russia, you know, they got their thing going. They strong. Russia's strong. But Russia got to link up with China if they want to deal with us. The real threat is China. That's the real opposition. That's who they really worried about. They ain't really worried about Putin for real. They ain't really worried about none of you motherfuckers. They ain't really tight worried about y'all. China got these people worried over here. Hey, you think it's a coincidence? We bombing Iran not even a week or two after they displayed them goddamn robots? Huh? You think it's a coincidence? We all in a mix right now. Not even a month after they displayed them goddamn robots doing backflips and karate chop and swinging swords and shooting missiles and yeah, the motherfucker doing cop wheels. They break dancing. We didn't know y'all had it like that over there with them goddamn robots, China. Yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know. Last time we saw y'all with them robots, them shits was stiff. Yeah. Hold on, nah, don't try to do me like that. Don't try to do me like that. I know what you want to do. Last time we saw y'all with those robots, them motherfuckers, y'all was moving real stiff. Them robots couldn't even pick up a goddamn bag of, yeah, they couldn't pick up a bag of laundry. Them robots was doing, now y'all done showed us and displayed to us the new robots. These motherfuckers doing backflips, they break dancing, these motherfuckers running, they skipping, they jumping, they using nunchucks. Yeah, these motherfuckers using nunchucks. Yeah. No, we didn't know y'all was doing that over there in China. Yeah. And see again, I talk about the higher ups and the elites. I talk about the US government. I talk about Israel. But I always tell y'all that the dog fur, they are cowards. It don't matter what kind of dog fur is it. I'm talking Chinamen, they got dog fur. The people out in Israel, they got dog fur. Yeah. The Caucasian Neanderthals out in the Caucasus Mountains, they got the dog fur. All these people got dog fur. Yeah, the Chinamen got dog fur. Okay? They all got the coward nature of the dog fur. So China don't just want to go to war with America. China want to try to infiltrate they want to get our information. They want to flood our TikTok and our Twitch and our Twitter. They want to make sure we getting all this crazy content. They want to keep us distracted. They don't want to just go to war. They want to infiltrate the American people with these robots. Yeah. We have maid robots. We have football coach robots. We have basketball coach robots. We have tutors. Would you like your child to be tutored? We have a robot for that. Oh, you don't get any girls? Well, we have sex robots. Would you like to have a sex robot? We have one, right? And they want to sneak in. They want to weasel their way into the American culture, into the American environment, and then they want to go to war. And it's the same thing with America. It's the same thing with our government. They don't just want to go to war with China. God damn it, China. Tired of this shit. We seen your robots. We're going to war. They want to weasel their way in. They want to attack smaller situations to see if China's going to jump out there. None of these guys want to be the initiator. You understand? It's the cowardness. China want to say that America is bullying us and America attacked us first. That's why we dropped the nuclear bomb. In America, the same way. America don't want to just go in and initiate war. They want to say, oh, China's invading our airspace. China attacked us. That's why we dropped a bomb on Hiroshima. You remember Pearl Harbor? Do you remember Pearl Harbor? When the Chinamen dropped bombs. And then they play victim. And then they use that victim mentality to justify going to war and using the nuclear bombs and X, Y, and Z. See, I ain't got the dog fur. I'm a melanated man. I am the original man. So I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is cowards. Instead of Huckabee saying, God damn it, it is what it is. We gonna do what we gonna do. And you know what? America gonna follow suit. He up here making excuses and beating around the questions and, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of cowardly activity. China is the main target. All right. Now, he said he didn't want war. Trump said we didn't want war. Let's get into this next receipt. Big salute to the chat. I'm giving y'all some pure dope right now. I want you to understand how powerful this is. There is nobody talking like this. You think we went up in Iran because we fear Iran? These motherfuckers is a fourth world country over there. Yeah, Iran is no threat. I wouldn't care if they had a nuclear situation. They ain't even gonna be, man, they not gonna be able to touch us. They might bomb on Israel last though. Yeah, Habibi and them boys out there, they might have a problem if Iran gets some real weaponry. But we ain't got, man, they ain't. You crazy? We could literally turn our back to the rest of the world and say, listen, just keep us out of it. You understand what I'm saying? To our, anybody in our embassies or anybody that we got over there that's American and American citizens in y'all country, make sure that y'all don't shed no American blood. If y'all can do that, we are not going to assist anybody. And y'all go to war. Israel, Iran, y'all do y'all shit. Somebody got to lose and somebody got to win. But it ain't got nothing to do with us. Somebody got to lose. And if it's a biblical thing, then God will sort it out. Word to the clips. Let God sort it out. But see, the problem is we always putting our nose in somebody else's business. That's the only problem with America. We always engaging in some shit that ain't got nothing to do with us. And then we get to spending money and we get to losing money and we get to doing all type of horrific activity in these other countries, dropping bombs and, deleting people and elderly kids, everybody got to go. Same thing like Hiroshima. We dropped the whole bomb on Hiroshima. We didn't get the ladies and the kids and the children out the way. We bombed everybody ass got bombed. Yeah, we blew everybody ass up. You got that, your ass? Yeah, it is what it is. All right? So let's get into this next receipt. Big salute to the chat. Look.
The United States and Israel has launched a dramatic airstrike campaign targeting Iran, and Iran has responded with fire across the wider Middle East, including attacks on Israel. We've also seen Iran launch assaults on Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and even the United Arab Emirates, where I am now. Over the last several hours, there have been explosions and plumes of smoke in the sky as the Emirati forces are targeting incoming missiles from Iran. Already, we've seen one person killed in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates, from shrapnel coming down from one of those interceptions. Now, already the Gulf Arab leaders are talking among themselves, and they're saying that they are willing to strike back against Iran, but it remains unclear whether they'll take that military step, particularly as the American and Israeli campaign appears to be continuing at a high tempo with airstrikes across the entirety of Iran, including those targeting its military and its leaders. What isn't known is how long this is going to last, but what is known is the fact that this conflict, which had been limited to the U.S., Iran, and Israel, has now widened to include broad swaths of the Middle East.
You have it, listen.
Okay.
Type it.
All right, so we gonna get right into this next receipt, right? Because, the same way Gaddafi was eliminated is the same way, you know, Iran, you know, their officials are being eliminated. Their leaders, the people that have been running Iran, however they've been doing their business over there, it is what it is. They are now, you know, 5 out of 10 top leaders are already deceased. So the job is getting done, and we're gonna get right into that. I just wanted to, you know, y'all see how the war is going. We dropping bombs. We doing what we like to do. We doing what we normally do. Okay, but let's get deeper into this. Big salute to the chat. Look.
A senior U.S. defense official is telling our Jen Griffin that the U.S. government agrees with the Israeli assessment that the Ayatollah is dead, along with 5 to 10 other top Iranian leaders who were all meeting at a compound in Tehran today. Let's bring in Mark Levin now, host of Life, Liberty, and Levin. Jump in on the coverage and the breaking news. Welcome.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, this is a big deal. Khomeini's dead. It's like Hitler was killed or killed himself. This is a big deal. Now, we do know how this government is created. There's been many papers written on this. It runs like the mob. He created a government that is loyal to him. He made all the calls, all the shots. So you have these guys negotiating over here. They had no control over anything. And while they were negotiating, we're making progress, he was giving a speech in Farsi saying, we're keeping our nukes, we're keeping our uranium, we're keeping our ballistic missiles, and that is that. And this is what they do. That's number one. Number two, he had a successor. It was his son. And we believe his son was killed too. Number three, the whole loyalty apparatus to him is gone. It's like the mob. That's the way he built this thing. And he had an inner circle, then a next circle, then he had the military circle, and he built it that way. So these people would be loyal to him, and he used his fundamentalist ideology as the basis for promoting his personal power. That's exactly what he did. So they can be defeated. They may have somebody lined up, but they're not going to have the loyalty that he had. That's number one. Number two, what is all this off-ramp stuff? I mean, when you're in a UFC fight, it ends one of two ways. You beat the crap out of the guy and he's knocked out, or they surrender. Now, if they want to unilaterally...
Kamimi, tomato. Yeah, they sent his ass to the upper room. Yeah, one thing for sure, two things for certain. When it's wartime, they going for the leader. They going for the generals. Okay? Now, just some quick context on this. You know, just like Gaddafi, right? These leaders lead their country in the way they see fit. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, in Iran, you know, they do things that is not acceptable on American soil, but they that's their culture, that's their religion, that's their nature, that's how they were raised. And who is America to say if it's right or if it's wrong? All right, now, Khabibi, whatever his name is, you know, he ran Iran with an iron fist. I'm gonna tell you something. I seen a video a couple of years ago, depicting a lady. She was married and she had got caught cheating. She, you know, it was adultery, right? She was married and she got caught cheating on her husband, and they stoned her to death over there in Iran. Yeah, literally. Yeah, well, it's wild as shit. They buried her up to her, like her chest, and stoned her head and her shoulders till her ass went to the upper room. Now, I thought that was a little bit extreme. Me personally, you know, I say, well, goddamn, right? But you know what? That's how they do things over there. And it ain't up to America to say if it's right or if it's wrong. So the first thing they got to do is get in there and get the leader out the way. The one who's laying down the law. Now there's chaos. Now there is no Kamimi and whoever his you know, assessors and his leaders and his warriors was, they out of here. So now we gonna take over that. Now we gonna allow people in Iran that want the American government in Iran, that work for the American government. We're gonna allow them to get in, get in position and start putting law down. Law that yeah. They are still stoning women in Iran. Your ass get to doing the Megan Thee Stallion. You get to listening to Cardi B. Glorilla. You think you're about to show your moose knuckle and you about to pop pussy all over the place in the dirt. They'll put stone to your ass. Yeah. They don't want they women popping pussy like Megan Thee Stallion. They don't want they women out there showing moose knuckle with, yeah, they don't want they women doing and moving like that. And if you do it, yeah, yes, it's a radical Muslim regime. Shalaikum shalom, shalom alaikum. Your ass need to be in the kitchen baking bean pies. Instead, you've been being influenced by Megan Thee Stallion and then Glorilla and Cardi B. You think you can do what Cardi B did. Leave Offset, let Stefan Diggs bust you, get a baby out of wedlock and go ahead. Yeah, no, stone your ass to the next. Yeah, stone your ass to the upper room. Yeah, that's what they doing over there. They stoning your ass to the upper room. And I want to say this. I just want to be honest, right? Who's to say that they wrong? Who is America that has done all of these different horrific things to foundational Black Americans, Black people, Black women, Black children, Black communities, Black society? Who are y'all to tell these people how they should treat their women or how they should live their life or how they should represent their culture? Who this is the problem I have with America and dog fur having people, because y'all were hanging Black people, y'all were raping and sexually assaulting and killing and doing all this different stuff to Black people, but you want to tell these people what's humane and what's not. Oh, you stoned that lady to death? That's inhumane. Mind your business. Wasn't y'all just eating Black people? Yeah, Mr. Universe. Weren't y'all cannibals? Back in the day, just a couple of years ago, y'all was practicing cannibalism. Ain't y'all taking the dead bodies out the ground and grounding it up and turning it to McDonald's meat and all that? Ain't the McDonald's meat didn't we do research to see that it's human meat in the McDonald's meat? I'm just saying, who is the dog fur to tell these people what's humane and what's not humane? Okay, so again, Gaddafi, right? Kamimi, right? These guys, they take their countries and they try to lead them away from Western ideology, right? They don't want to be a part of what America got going on. They don't want the dog fur in their business, and they pay the ultimate price. Okay, so I wanted to throw that out there because this is not just a situation like Venezuela where they go in and they kidnap the president of Venezuela, bring him to America, make a mockery. Nah, this is more like Gaddafi, where we going in and we eliminating the government officials, we eliminating the leaders of this country, and we sending their ass to the upper room, and now we about to do what we do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna go into another receipt, right? But I wanna remind y'all, do y'all remember when Joe Biden was the president, Kamala Dick Harris, they were running the country, and we evacuated Iran and Afghanistan? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when we were trying to leave Afghanistan and them people was hanging from the airplane and they was chopping heads and decapitating shit, and they was stealing all of the goddamn trucks and all of the military? Y'all remember that? Well, Donald J. Trump really had a bad taste in his mouth when it came to that as well. So, you got to give and take some. He kind of wanted this. He wanted to get in there and get the smoking and taking over. And, that's that dog fur in him. Donald Trump got the dog fur. He can't help it. The meek will inherit the earth. First will become last, and last will become first. You got to know, imagine an office full of people that look like me, melanated men in office. With all this tax-paying money we got, with all these resources we got, you know, we hold up. Yeah, they did do y'all dirty in the last regime, and they stole a lot of. We might get to that, but I don't think this is the time right now. Not the way, America's in bad shape right now. The American people are in bad shape right now. This is some of the worst times ever when it comes to the American soil. This ain't really, we ain't really needing this. This ain't really benefiting us. Imagine a whole office of melanated men, real foundational black Americans. We we rub shoulders with Chinese people. We eat shrimp fried rice every now and then. Rib tips and four wings and rice. We live amongst the Chinamen. You think we wouldn't be able to start trading and doing business with China? Legitimate business where they know where they can, y'all stay on y'all side, we gonna stay on our side, but we gonna do real good business together. Y'all gonna eat, we gonna consume, everything gonna be fair, we gonna run this the right way. Yeah, we don't want y'all fucking with Iran. That's our shit. Don't touch Taiwan either. We get a lot of our stuff from Taiwan. Taiwan is under our situation. Leave Taiwan out of it. You think we couldn't come to an agreement where the world could be united in a certain way? Yeah, we gonna mind our business. I mean, we don't know. Y'all eating dogs over there. You're eating horse meat. Yeah, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Eat all the horse meat that you want to eat. Yeah, cook your cats and your dogs and all that. Yeah, shit ain't got nothing to do with us. Yeah, the bitch cheat on her husband, and you feel that's a part of y'all culture to take a brick and get to doing what you need to. Well, look, man, that's none of our goddamn business. Women's rights in America is not women's rights in Iran. It's none of our business. We don't stone our women. We let a woman cheat and then leave, and now I gotta pay all the goddamn money. She get to take half of my shit. She get take half of my house. She get to take half of my goddamn bank account. Yeah. We let our women go out, have babies out of wedlock, and then the husband still got to take care of the baby because we was married. They just rather stone the bitch and send her ass to the upper room. I'm not going, it's none of our business. That's what got to happen. We got to get the dog fur out. Yeah, it's not y'all fucking, we tired of it. We tired of it, man. We work too hard, bro. We make too much money. We pay too much money in taxes to be having to worry about where $800 billion is going. Yeah, what did they do with that money in the Ukraine? We ain't seen a picture of a mall, a goddamn housing complex, an apartment building. We ain't seen a picture of a hospital. We don't know what they did with that goddamn money. All right, big salute to the chat, man. Yeah, well over 400 in here. Y'all hit the like button, do what y'all need to do. Kimmy has been deleted. Him and his homies is out of here. All right. Now I'm gonna play one more receipt, and then I'm gonna connect these dots, man. Big salute to the chat. Let me see. Do I got this receipt? I think I do. And I'm gonna connect these dots. Let's let Donald J. Trump. Let's let him talk his talk. We gonna double back. And we gonna connect the dots when it come to this. We gonna bring it all together. All right, big salute to the chat. Look.
The United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered, don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. The United States.
All right, now he just, I just gave y'all the game on that. He said, take your government. We gonna blow everything up. We gonna get rid of the leaders and y'all take over the government. It'll be yours for the taking. It'll be yours to rebuild and to do as you please. But you got to understand something. With our hands in the pot, whoever becomes in power, whoever takes over the government, whoever becomes the new leader in Iran will be attached to Israel and America. They will be taking orders from Israel and America. All right? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And if you don't take orders from Israel and America, you'll end up like Liberia. When Gaddafi was around, they were thriving. There was a lot of money being moved in and out of Liberia. There was a lot of situations. They had a lot going on. Gaddafi was about to take over all of the banking, the industry. He had it in the palm of his hand, and it ain't been the same. Once they got rid of Gaddafi, they didn't want to bend, break, and fold. They didn't want to bow down to this American politic, and they've been looking like a fifth world country ever since. So all the, America got a way of word semantics, making it sound good, making you feel like a patriot. Yeah, patriotic, yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, from which is republic to which it stands, one nation, under God. If it is visible. Yeah, I can't remember the whole goddamn. You remember the chain and shit. You remember it. Yeah, for liberty and justice for all. And then the whole goddamn time they got their hand in your pocket. The whole time you got your hand on your heart, they putting their hand in your pockets. Huh. All your natural resources. Yeah, your women, your children. Oh, we got a whole human trafficking situation going on in America. You think they ain't about to start lifting up some of them babies out there in Iran and some of them misplaced children and all that? Some of those, discombobulated women and all that. They about to start moving your ass and putting your head, and your ass gonna wake up in a brothel somewhere. Oh, yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, in which is republic, or which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. Yeah, while you talking like that, they got their hands in your pockets. They fluffing your pockets out here. Yeah, they turning your shit to rabbit ears. They pulling your pockets out. Your pockets is looking like rabbit ears. Yeah. Oil, gold, gasoline, we wouldn't give it. What do you make over here in Afghanistan? Hey, what's going on over here in Iran? Yeah, we need it all. You're pumping oil, bitch. We gonna take control of that. Don't worry, we got that. Don't you worry. Put your hand on your heart. Yeah. Look at the flag right there. You see, yeah, right there. Look up at the flag. Repeat after me. Yeah. I pledge allegiance. Yeah. Repeat after me. Yeah. To the flag of the United States of America, in which the republic, so which it stands. Yeah, I can't remember that part right there. I don't know if he's saying from which is republic or from which it stands. But you know what I'm talking about. One nation. Put your hand on your heart. Under God, under God. For individuals and liberty. For individuals in liberty and justice. Put your hand on your heart. Let me see what you got in your pocket. You got something in your pockets right there? What you got on? You got money? You got something on the 40? What you got on my 40? Nigga, put your goddamn hand. Put your hand on your heart, nigga. Let me see. And you got something in your pockets over there. What? That's what's about to happen. Okay? Yeah. You don't remember how that felt? That felt like a cult right there. I always felt like I always felt something was wrong when I was in school. They used to make us put our hand on. What the fuck? Put your hand on your heart. Everybody in the homeroom class, stand up, please. We're about to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance. We pledging an allegiance? Pledge the allegiance. Hey, that's some cult following. That's some wild shit. Think about having little kids saying that they pledge their allegiance to the United States of America. Yeah, man, we in some shit, man. We knee deep in some shit. We don't even know. We can't even fathom how deep it go, cause it done became normal. We all been in class as children. They ain't teach us about taxes, agriculture. They didn't teach us how to grow apple trees. They didn't teach us how to open up trust funds. They didn't teach us how to do none of that shit. But you know what they did do? Put your hands on your heart. Everybody put your hand on your chest. Hey, you too, Mr. GMB, put your hand on your chest. Look up at everybody at the same time. We want to do it at the same time, everybody. Everybody looking at the flag. Okay, everybody is looking. Everybody look at one time. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance. And they used to come over the intercom. I remember this shit. The intercom used to come on. Used to hear that beep. And then the intercom used to come on. And they said, everybody stand. And we all would stand. Put your hand on your heart. And you look at the flag. It's in the front of the class. And we will repeat right after the intercom on some casting spells. And that's some deep shit right there, man. Downloads. I forgot all about that. I pledge allegiance I'm pledging an allegiance. Let's close this out, man. Big salute to the chat. Now, again, we are at war, right? This war is not going to last long. These, you know, I think people get it misconstrued, right? When we think about war, we think about, like I said, even like 9/11, right? The war on terrorism, how it would go for, years. We would be in Desert Storm for years at a time, right? And we would be at war. This new war game is not the old war game. This new chessboard, right, of life that we playing on is not the same as Desert Storm or 9/11. We have certain bombs and certain weapons and certain technology. We got a certain new level of technology. I guarantee this don't last 2 weeks. This situation is not going to last 2 weeks. We will have that whole area the way we want it within 2 weeks. Okay? So no war is going to be like we remember until this shit hits the fan. The real war, when it's really World War III. When it really go down, it will turn into that. But these are going to be skirmishes. These are going to be small situations that they're going to amplify through CNN, Fox News, these social media outlets to monetize and to capitalize off these situations as much as possible. But it's not going to be like we remember. This is not going to be a long, drawn-out situation. This will be brought in. The smoke and mirrors will calm down within 2 weeks. I say 3 at the max. 3 weeks at the max. Okay? But every time one of these things happen, we are getting closer and closer to the real thing. The real thing is China. That is the real thing. Every time we go into one of these lands and we go into one of these countries and we take over, right, we are getting closer and closer. And I'm going to tell you something. Venezuela, right? Now Iran, right? Israel got their hands in the pot, but we got our hands in the pot too. Iran is a threat to Israel, but we are going to use this to slingshot us towards Taiwan. Again, ain't nobody gonna connect the dots the way I'm connecting the dots. Taiwan is on a chopping block. Taiwan is very close to China. It's right there off a little island right there. Y'all remember if you had some clothes or some products back in the day, it said made in Taiwan. If it didn't say made in China, it said made in Taiwan. Well, China wants Taiwan back. China is not feeling America being so close with a naval base and all this intelligence on Taiwan being so close and up under China. They don't like that. They don't like that. Even though China got a whole bunch of land in America, they don't mind owning land on American soil. They don't mind that. They got a real issue with us, and they got a real issue with Taiwan being in cahoots with that dog fur. So okay, we go up in Venezuela. We looking at China. We look. We go up in Venezuela. We put our hands in the pot. We looking at China. Y'all gonna do something? Okay. Or y'all don't? No problem. Oh, we going up in Iran then. You know, we been wanting smoke with Iran due to Israel. Israel been wanting us to go up in Iran and do some dirt and get rid of it. Yeah, they been wanting us to get in there. Okay, we in there now. What y'all doing something? What's up? It ain't looking how we thought it was gonna look. Taiwan is next. But what I'm here to tell you is Taiwan will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You ain't heard this nowhere else. Taiwan will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. When we get to doing whatever we want to do, or we get to reaching and go out there in Taiwan after this situation, if we do that, it's gonna go up. It's gonna be something. So it's almost at a stalemate right now. Right now we are at a stalemate. Are y'all gonna run up in Taiwan, China? Are y'all gonna invade Taiwan? Or are we gonna do what we do in Taiwan? Regardless on who do it first, once that happens, there it is. There it is. And I, you know, the downloads is heavy on me today because, again, we all looking at this situation, but everybody's not able to connect the dots. Everybody don't really understand the intricate details of the situation, and that's why y'all in the chat, well over 400 in here. Big salute. Hit the like button and all that. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button. Make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do. That's why this channel was powerful. The intricate details. Always remember, right? One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. One hand is gonna wash the other. When you go into the bathroom, when you cut that faucet on and you put that soap on your hands, right? And you get to rubbing your hands together, one hand will wash the other. They're gonna wash each other, but both hands have to work together to wash your face. When you get to going to wash your face and get that Noxzema or that facial cream or whatever on your face, when you get to getting it all, you got to put both hands together. The same two hands that was washing each other. You got to put them together and you got to wash your face. One hand washes the other, both hands wash the face. That's the whole situation with Israel in America. That's why you got all these other countries trying to work together. They trying to get, you know, a situation, the BRICS, where these countries could work together and they can, you know, one hand could wash the other and then all those hands could wash the face. But see, what those countries lack is balls. It don't matter how many countries y'all bring together in a BRICS nation if y'all ain't got no nuts. Is y'all willing to do what the dog fur is willing to do? Is y'all willing to go as far as Donald Trump, that dog fur? Is y'all willing to do what it take? We don't care. It don't matter if y'all link up together. It could be 20 of y'all. If y'all got that pussy, then y'all got that pussy. It don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? One lion, 30 sheep. Who wins? One lion, 100 sheep. Who wins? That's where we at right now. China looking like, damn, Venezuela was down with China. Venezuela are allies of China. Iran, allies of China. I mean, hey, you feel what I'm saying? You dealing with a lion with this shit. You dudes is moving like sheep. Y'all moving like wildebeest, like, you know, impalas and all that. Yeah, we get to looking over there, whole bunch of fucking impala. We just trying to figure out where we you know, where we having dinner tonight. What we doing here? Which one of y'all going on the plate? We going here. All of y'all is food for real, but which one of y'all going on the plate tonight? All of y'all is food. When we look over there, we see 40 Impala over there. We say, well, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You looking good. You're healthy. You've been eating. You've been grazing. Yeah, you've been grazing like a motherfucker. All of y'all food, but I think you going on a plate tonight. Venezuela, it's your turn. Yeah, you gonna lay down. You going on a plate tonight. We gotta eat. Yeah. Yeah, the YouTube streets need a body. Yeah, Iran. Yeah, it's looking like it's your turn, Iran. Yeah, all of you niggas in the brick nation, all of y'all is food for real. But Iran, you know, we hungry. You going on a plate tonight. We gonna smoke your ass out. We gonna put a bomb on. Yeah, we gonna honey glaze you. Put honey glaze all over you. Yeah, yeah. Your ass is on a plate. Good night. Until y'all start moving like that, y'all gonna have a problem with the dog fur. And I'm telling you from experience. Yeah, I'm telling you from experience. I done lived with the dog fur for a long time. When they activate, your ass gotta go to war or you gotta go to work. Yeah, yeah. You gonna go to war or you need to get back in that sweatshop and make these iPhones that we need over here and them Samsung devices and all of that. Make sure get your ass back in that workshop and stitch up them goddamn SpongeBob 11s. You want to go to war or you want to stitch up these SpongeBob 11s, you know what I'm saying? These Halloween 8s and all that, the Superman 4s, the Michael Jordans. Your ass gonna go to war, you're gonna go to work. And one thing about the dog fur, oh, they don't know none, they really don't understand nothing but war. Now, with all that being said, right, and I it is what it is. You going to war, you're going to work. And it's looking like y'all might need to go to work. Y'all might need to wave the white flag, tell Donald Trump, listen here, we got the robots, but we ain't ready to go. We gonna go ahead and go to work. Did you want 100? Yeah, we make a 100-inch screen for you. Yeah, we got a Samsung. It's 100. Well, what do you need? It's the iPhone 17. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and make them iPhone 17 Maxes. We can make those. Oh, Michael Jordan, the Ghost, what is it? The Wolf Gray 5s? Yeah, we got to get the motherfucking mass producing them Jordans, man. Get to work. Now, I want to sidetrack real quick. I want to speak to this, right? Like I said, when it comes to the dog fur, they are ready for war. When it comes to the dog fur, they don't really know nothing but violence. You know, that's why when we march, it don't really, when you get to marching and protesting, it don't really get no results because, you either gonna go to war or go to work. The dog fur, you're doing all the marching, no justice, no peace, no racist, police, that shit, man, them people don't give a, go march all you want. You understand? But when you get to bringing war and violence, that's what they respond to. And I use that to segue into this angle right here, right? When Joe Biden was doing what he was doing, you had them good old boys run up in the Capitol. They raided the Capitol out there in D.C. They broke into certain buildings and they caused a lot of ruckus and, a lot of property damage, right? And everybody in those communities was rooting them white boys on. Yeah, go in there and do that. Anytime there is a mention, just a mention of a race war where there is a possibility that certain white people and certain black people might go to war with each other, you see a lot of content of Caucasian people expressing themselves with guns and weapons and saying, hey, man, we're built for this. You guys aren't really, you guys don't practice. I'm a content creator, so I see the content. And with that being said, I wanted to speak to the lack of urgency that I see from the dog fur community when it comes to these Epstein files. These Epstein files have been released, and A lot of people are reading these files word for word. You know, me personally, I chose not to read the Epstein files because, you know, I don't want to poison my mind with the horrific things that them people was doing. Like reading it. You know, when you read something, you are ingesting it. It's almost like watching content or watching TV or listening to music. When you read something, it's the same thing. Your mind is consuming what you're reading, and then you're visualizing it, and then you're ingesting it, and you're taking it into your space, into your energy. And the things they were doing in those files, I'm not reading it, but the majority of y'all are reading these files. And I just think that it's nasty work at the lack of urgency, the lack of reaction from dog fur having people with all these guns and all these rations and all this warfare, you know, all these bunkers. Like, y'all ran up in the Capitol because of Joe Biden being in office, etc., X, Y, and Z. But these Epstein files, y'all ain't ran up in the Capitol yet. Y'all ain't went to war yet. Y'all ain't did nothing but got up and took your ass to work every morning. So y'all see that the U.S. government, a lot of people that look just like y'all, the majority of the people in these files got dog fur. They look just like y'all. It's the and they government officials, you know, congressmen, your celebrities, X, Y, and Z. Why y'all ain't ranting and raving about that, knowing what them people was doing to them babies, doing to children, doing to women, knowing what they was over there engaged with on Epstein's Island, knowing the things they got away with, seeing how horrific the things they was doing. I can't read that. I wouldn't dare read that material. But the fact that y'all will be so quick and so ready for a race war, the fact that y'all was so upset with Joe Biden that y'all raided and ran into, you know, government buildings. Why ain't y'all doing, you know, why ain't y'all moving like that? Well, let me tell you why y'all ain't moving like that. Because the majority of y'all get down like that. Not only do y'all get down like that, but that is a normal thing amongst a lot of these people, respectfully. You know, when you look at the numbers, right? Over 85% of those men engage in grape. Over 85 to 90% of the sexual assault charges go to them. Child molestation, it goes to them. You know, domestic abuse on their wife, it goes to them. You know, incest, it goes to them. Huh? Animalistic activity, it goes to them. So it's a telltale situation. You know, you would think that America would be burning right now with these Epstein files out. The way you would think that those people, the dog fur having people, would be running up in the Congress buildings, running up in the downtown areas, running through Hollywood, running up in these places with these weapons that they show. Especially when we talking about a race war, they show all kind of ARPs and AR-15s, and you know, they show all kind of weapons. I'm telling you. You know, y'all gotta be called out to keep that same energy. Y'all should be, you know, we ain't got nothing to do with none of this. You know, what's going on over there in Iran, we ain't got nothing to do with it. What's going on in these Epstein files, we ain't got nothing to do with it. This is the exposure of your people, your people. I talked about this on my last live stream. Your ancestry. You know, the things they was into. It's looking like they still into it. It's looking like y'all is into it. So next time you get around one of your homeboys and one of your Caucasian counterparts, because I got Caucasian counterparts, I got people that got the dog fur that I rub shoulders with. I'm going to do the same thing. You know, we need to ask y'all, Hey, what's going on with y'all? Y'all ain't strapped up and ready for war. Y'all ain't read them Epstein files. So y'all more mad about Michael Vick and what he did to that dog, and he was dog fighting. But when y'all see what they was doing to them little kids, y'all ain't got no. So y'all was more mad about Joe Biden being in office than y'all are about the Epstein files. Y'all ain't ran up in no Congress buildings. Y'all ain't had. I ain't heard a grape get bust in a fruit fight. I ain't heard nothing. We ain't heard a BB gun be shot. We ain't heard a cap gun go off. Yeah. Ever since these Epstein files been released, y'all been extra quiet. Yeah, y'all been. I ain't heard no kind of ruckus out there in the country where them country boys is at. And y'all got all that land and y'all got them guns and y'all got rations and water and y'all ready for war. And it's nasty work. And, you know, y'all gonna have to be held accountable. Nobody's saying this. I don't really see this being said on the internet. I don't see nobody connecting the dots. But where is y'all at? Because as soon as y'all thought it was gonna be a race war, y'all remember when George Floyd and all that happened and they was talking about it was going to be, man, these people was ready to shoot. Just a few months ago, they were saying, oh, y'all need to give us a chance to go out and we need to do a cleansing. And what's that movie called? Purge. We need to do a purge in America. That's what y'all was talking about. Y'all was ready to purge about 6 months ago. Now I ain't seen a video about purging. I ain't seen no content about y'all going to war. I ain't seen no content about the Epstein files and how y'all want to go and run up in the White House or something. Don't nobody want to run up in the White House? Oh yeah, yeah, we talking about it, man. We just having a conversation. It is what it is. It'll be what it's gonna be. Again, we are living in a day of exposure. There is no way to hide who you are now. We are at a point in American history, the solar flares are so powerful. You know, everything is so intense that you really can't hide who you are anymore. It is obvious. All we got to do is look at it. If we look at it, we can see. And I want to make sure that I put this out there, right? Because I will come back now. Y'all know I will come back and clip this up and make a pre-recorded video. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take this clip right here and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find a whole bunch of clips of y'all. I gotta be careful though. I can't make sure I can't show no weapons and all that. But it's gonna age gracefully, this clip right here. And we're gonna see who really cares. You know, the Epstein files is out and everybody's going back to work. Everybody is at work. The Epstein file. We finally got the Epstein files. We finally got what we was asking for. And ain't nobody went to war. Ain't nobody, them white boys ain't said a word. Them white boys is mighty quiet. Yeah, them white boys ain't said a goddamn, I ain't heard a peep out them white boys. White boys ain't said a goddamn word. I'm talking, there ain't nobody. I'm looking around. I'm trying to figure out where y'all at. You know what? Hold on real quick. Let me see something. I want to see something real quick. I'm going to see if I can find something. Let me see some. Let me see if I can find. I think I'm going to find it this way. Damn. Yeah, I got to do it. Hold on. Run in. Congress building. Let me see. I can't even think of how to even find a joint. Let me see if I can find it. I can't even think of see how to find a joint. What was them boys called? The MAGA boys? They was called something. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Why are you not getting... Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look, look.
Trump supporters forcing their way into the halls of Congress. The remarkable scenes unfolding on live TV.
I can see at least half a dozen protesters scaling, literally climbing the walls of the Capitol to
Look. Now, them Proud Boys was climbing the goddamn walls when it came to this with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. They was climbing the goddamn walls. Where y'all at? The babies ain't worth that, huh? Yeah, the babies ain't worth that. The baby, the children, what they was doing out there in Epstein Island, it ain't worth y'all climbing. Go ahead and look at the people. Look!
get up to where their fellow protesters are.
They broke the glass in the United States Capitol, and now they are climbing through the window.
Stunned TV anchors can't believe what they're seeing.
It is an absolutely shameful, disgusting situation that we are witnessing here.
Oh my gosh. It looked like a woman, very gravely injured, covered in blood.
Right? So I just wanted to just give y'all a remember this. Always remember what y'all did in this day right here, in this incident right here. Now, I'm gonna close it out with this, and I because again I'm calling y'all out, right? Y'all, I don't see y'all busting no moves when it comes to this situation with these Epstein files, but I want to give y'all some context on why. Last night when I spoke about this, there was a lot of people in my DM today, a lot of people in the chat last night. Why would we have to pay for our ancestors and blah, blah, blah with our ancestors and blah, blah, blah? And I explained to you that, the things that your ancestors were doing, the karmic energy will fall in your lap, right? Not only will the karmic energy fall into your lap, but it kind of will be passed down to you through your DNA. It's something that is in your DNA, right? So, it's a lot of people saying, well, again, matter of fact, I appreciate that. You don't move like that, right? I like that. The download. The universe works beautifully when you're telling the truth. When you move with pure intentions, the universe will work for you, right? So that's exactly what I was talking about. You guys don't do this and you guys don't do that. Well, the reason why my people aren't so quick to jump out there is because our children have been deleted on American soil. Our children were being raped by white men. Our children were being fed to alligators. Our children, foundational Black Americans, our children were being hung from trees. Our children was being chased out of schools and segregated X, Y, and Z. And nobody cared about our children. And the things that happened to our children on American soil are the same things that happened to those little kids on Epstein's Island. So when it comes to foundational Black Americans, it's not that we don't care, but it's like, how are we going to jump out the window for them kids they had on Epstein's Island when nobody jumped out the window? Y'all all know American history. Y'all all know they was eating us, eating our babies, literally cannibalism. They were eating Black babies. They were feeding Black babies to alligators. They were literally Emmett Till you. You know who Emmett Till is? A little Black boy that they beat unrecognizable. White men beat him till he was unrecognizable. So these same people that seem to care so much about Epstein and the Epstein files, y'all didn't care about the foundational Black American files. Y'all didn't care about the files of the foundational Black Americans on American soil. Y'all never cared about that. Yeah, the FBA files. Yeah, y'all are so up in arms about the Epstein files, but y'all never cared about the FBA files. You know, the same way Epstein and those congressmen and them dog fur having people was laying down with little kids is the same way your grandfathers and your great grandfathers was laying down with little black girls in them slave quarters. The same way them celebrities was laying down and having their way at those Diddy parties with grown men is the same way your great grandfathers used to buck break grown black men, tie them up, bend them over, blow their back out in front of everybody. The same way they was hunting and deleting little kids on that Epstein Island. You know, they was hunting and they was deleting youngsters. Is the same way white men was hunting young black men and young black babies on American soil, hanging them from trees, feeding them to alligators, burning them at the stake and pulling piece of their flesh and cannibalizing them. Y'all never cared about that. Y'all never cared about that. Y'all to this day know that that happened and y'all don't say a word about it. Actually, y'all tell us to forget about it. What? Why are you still talking about slavery? You guys haven't got over slavery yet. Get over it. The same way they was human trafficking over there on them Epstein Islands and they had women over there being raped and being taken advantage of. It's the same way your great grandfather used to sneak in them slave quarters and lay down with the most finest black slave, the most finest melanated female he could lay his eyes on, and he wouldn't even sleep with his dog fur having wife. His dog fur having wife, she ain't been touched in 2 years. He been sneaking back in them slave quarters, laying down with that melanin. It's the truth. Y'all don't like that. So forgive FBA if we ain't jumping out the window for what they was doing over there in them Epstein files when we already been exposed to that. You know, forgive foundational black Americans for not raving and ranting and rioting all over that situation because, you know, that been our reality when it come to our ancestors. It was Epstein Island on American soil. It was foundational black American island right here in Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Virginia, Florida, Texas, nigga, South Carolina, North Carolina, everywhere. But oh, them white boys, they so upset about Epstein files, but we ain't seen y'all run up in these Capitol buildings and these, yeah, y'all ain't been on Capitol Hill since the Proud Boys was out there. That's because, again, what happened on Epstein Island, your ancestors was doing, your grandfather, your great-grandfather was doing. So it's kind of in your DNA. That's why y'all do it. That's why it don't really arouse, it don't really trigger y'all because y'all do that. Respectfully, is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. Yeah, I needed to get that out there because I might clip that up. I might get that to y'all in a pre-recorded video. But it's a lot of people. You know, I heard the homie Haas. I seen a couple of clips and I heard the homie Haas say that black people are talking about this, nobody's doing that, and blah, blah, blah. Hey, nigga, keep foundational black Americans out your mouth, Haas. Told you already. Keep foundational black Americans, keep our situation out your mouth, Haas. We ain't gotta jump out there. That ain't none of our business. It wasn't none of their business when they peoples was doing it to us. It won't none of their business. All these dog fur having people know what their ancestors was doing to the women, to our children, and they ain't bust a move, they ain't goddamn shed a tear. But all of a sudden, we supposed to look into these Epstein files, look at what they doing with what they was getting into, and we supposed to do something about it. Watch your mouth. Now, last night I told y'all I was going to double back, right? I told y'all I was going to double back. I told y'all, you know, I was going to go live. But I want to tell you something, man. You know, when I was younger, I could get situated, right? And I could say, man, I think I'm going to lay down. And then I'll change my mind. I might smoke some weed. I might get outside, go right. 12 o'clock at night, I done hopped in my car. I done drove off somewhere. But I done got to the age, I done got to an age where as soon as I say I'm about to lay down, my whole body get the feeling like laying down. And I gotta watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I could plan on doing something. I done already planned out the whole situation. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna eat something, and I'm gonna set the setup up, and then I'm gonna go live again because my people is waiting for me, and then I'm gonna handle my business, and then I'm gonna go lay it down, right? And then, you know, as soon as I feel or say that I'm gonna lay down, I need to lay down. Yeah, I just look like this. Oh. Salute to everybody in the chat. Yeah, respectfully, I was born in the late 1900s. Oh, I was born in the late 1900s, brother. I'm pushing on old man status. Yes, 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 yes. I'm pushing on old now. I still got some. I'm still young now. Yeah, I still drop that motherfucking zebra leg on her. Ask my old lady. I'm still young. But I feel like I get like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happened last night. Went upstairs and got the shifting stuff around, and you know, I get the side eye on that bed over there, that big ass bed with all them pillows on it. And I get to try not to look at that bed over there, and I say to myself, you know what? I think I'm gonna just lay down for a couple of minutes. Game over. Hey, look, all I got is, you know, I think I'm gonna just lay down for like 25 minutes. And then that's it. Game over. I get in the bed, I lay down, get the rubbing feet together and all that. Scrolling, doom scroll. I'm doom scrolling and shit like this. My finger, I'm flicking it at the goddamn wrist. I'm flicking away. I'm rubbing feet together. I got Martin on the goddamn screen. Martin is on, and Shanae and Martin Lawrence, and I'm flicking through the algorithm. Next thing you know, so I told you I was going live last night. I never made it back. I felt sorry about that. I apologize to the people. You know what I'm saying? But everything works out for a reason. You feel me? Salute Charlie P. See you in the chat, JP. Yeah, Mr. Universe, all my big wrenches. Everything worked out for a reason, because when I woke up this morning, we at the brink of war. I woke up this morning, they was dropping bombs over Baghdad. Yeah. 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 I just like how it was sound. Bomb. I like this. I used to like that song. They was dropping bombs over Baghdad, bitch. Yeah. Oh, you understand me? It's a dangerous time we living in right now. I wanna say this out loud. I wanna send this energy, especially to anybody in New York City, any and everybody that might just be outside in the city, outside the city. You know, we are living in dangerous times right now. Dangerous times, my G, especially in New York City. You know, if you are in New York City, if you live in New York City, if you're doing business in New York City, keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, because you need to know something. I told y'all about that cowardness. It ain't gonna just be a war where they say we going to war, we about to do this, we about to do that. Nah. It's going to be a sneak attack. It's going to be somebody with a bomb strapped to them. It's going to be somebody in the subway. It's going to be somebody in the building. And I'm telling you, it is coming. It is on its way. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? There is no getting around this. I keep telling y'all, every stone will be overturned. There is no hiding from this. You want to make God laugh? You want to make the Most High giggle? Tell them your plan. Tell them the whole plan you got set up for this world war when it take place. Tell the Most High just how much water you got saved up, just how much canteen you got saved up, just how many rations you got saved up. And watch, as soon as it's time for the world war to start, you're going to be on vacation somewhere. You're going to be somewhere at work, somewhere far, far away from that stash that you built up. You want to make the Most High laugh, tell him your plan. We are living in a day and age where you got to understand that it has been written already. It is out of your control. You cannot control this. The dog fur are the only ones, and I'm talking all of the dog fur. Everybody with the dog fur are the only ones that think they got a chance at controlling the outcome of this situation. They are the only ones that think that they got a chance at controlling, the environment, controlling Mother Nature. The atmosphere, the ozone layer has holes in it. The ozone, we have to do more recycling. The ozone layer has, get your dumb ass out the way. You ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in the ozone layer. Trust me. Pollution in the oceans is killing. Hey, look. Get your dumb ass out the way and let the ocean cleanse itself. Let the earth cleanse itself of the cancer. The growing and everlasting cancer of you guys with that dog fur poisoning this planet. Shut your ass up and get out the way and watch the earth cleanse itself. They are the only ones that think they are in some kind of control. Dropping bombs over here and going to war over there as if they are controlling something. When at the end of the day, if a comet come through that atmosphere, worldwide extinction. If a comet come through that atmosphere, game over. It ain't a bunker that's gonna save you, my G. Listen to me. It ain't a fucking doomsday bunker built that's gonna survive this shit. Only the wicked think that they could survive. Only the wicked think that they got a chance at wiggling out of this. The righteous, we know every stone will be overturned. Your only true answer is getting right with the Most High. Don't spend all that money and energy on a doomsday bunker. Take that same energy and get in that book. Take that same energy and go pray 5 times a day. Whatever you say, take that same energy and go bake some goddamn bean pies. Get closer to the Most High. However you get close to the Most High, that is the only thing and the only savior. That is it. There is nothing else. Only the wicked think they could build one of these big ass doom bunkers over there in Hawaii. Yeah, it's gonna be in Hawaii, and when it go down, those goddamn underground volcanoes gonna get to exploding, and you gonna be in that doomsday bunker. And guess what? I'm gonna leave some goddamn honey glaze up under there in that dude. Make sure you got some glazed honey in that dude, cause they gonna bake your ass. You gonna be in a goddamn, they gonna bake your motherfucking ass like a rotisserie. They gonna spin your ass like one of those goddamn chickens. Yeah. You thought you was gonna get away. Them underground volcanoes gonna get to cooking your ass. The only way out of this is through the Most High. The only way out of this is through pure intentions. I say all that to say, we ain't fear-mongering over here. This ain't nothing to be scared of. They dropping bombs over there, fuck it. Somebody come over here and get to doing what they want to do, is what it is. Do it. But we ain't gonna move around scared or nervous. We are going to be cautious. We are going to be aware of our surroundings. We not just going to let you take us out on a humbug. But don't get it confused. Ain't nobody fearing whatever the fuck y'all got going on over there. Do it. You think we scared of your goddamn robots, China? We not scared of them damn robots. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do and see if we something we'll figure out how to get them motherfuckers. Yeah. We ain't scared of none of this. Higher ups, elites, government officials, bombs over Baghdad. None of that will trump the Most High. None of that is bigger than what the Most High has in store for the wickedness going on down here. Or you thought you got away. You thought you might have fooled us when you faked your death, or they say you committed suicide and got you up out that jail and moved you into got you with a new identity and all that, you know. You think they really got rid of Epstein? You think Epstein is dead? You believe that? Oh yeah, fuck it. Let's just get deep. I don't care. I did what I did and I said what I said. You think they really eliminated Epstein? Multi-billionaire, damn near trillionaire? Nah, him, Griselda, Gillespie, or whatever the girl name is, both of their asses is somewhere living under a different identity. They might have faked the funk with us, but you can't fake the funk with the Most High. See? Yeah, I saw that. Maxwell was spotted. I saw that. I also saw, and I'm probably going to talk about this tomorrow, but I saw a clip of Jim Carrey, and I was utterly disturbed by it. Y'all think y'all got that over on us, that y'all got rid of the real Jim Carrey and y'all gave us a clone or whatever the fuck y'all doing with these celebrities when they get to talking crazy, when they get to telling the truth, when they get to giving up that game like Jim Carrey was giving up that game. And then y'all pop out with one of these weird ass, I don't know, body double. I'm going to call it a body double. I don't know what the hell, but I seen that and I'm going to do some talking about that. Nothing will be left unturned. No stone will be left unturned. Everything is going to get touched. The only way is the Most High. You want to call him Jesus Christ, Yahweh, huh? What you want to call, whatever you want to call him, the universe, whatever you want to call him. Whatever you want to call him. Oh, there was no J back in the day. How could his name be Jesus Christ? Well, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to make you believe, nigga. I'm not, that's not my purpose. That's not my job. I'm not here to tell you how to be a grown man. It's just grown man business TV. I'm not here to tell you how to be a grown man. Everybody is, is different aspects to being a grown man. Whatever you see fit, you do that. I'm not here to argue if it was Yahshua, Jesus Christ, whatever. What I'm here to tell you is it's only one God. It's only one God. It's only one way. There's only one light. And if you think a doomsday bunker gonna save you, hop your ass in that motherfucker. Shit go down. Oh, yo, come over here. I got a doomsday bunker. Get your silly ass in that doomsday bunker. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna lock you. I got you. I'm gonna lock you from. You want me to lock you from the outside? Okay, I got. Everybody get in. No, I ain't going in there. Yeah, I ain't going in there. I lock you guys in though. Yeah, you going in? Go ahead. Rotisserie gold, bake your ass up like a goddamn, yeah. Spin your ass in like a fucking hen, a Cornish hen. Yeah, that's what the motherfucking chickens is called in the grocery store. The spinning, the motherfucker get the spinning. Them shits ain't chickens. They called Cornish hens. I remember back in the day when my mama told me what that shit was called, a hen. I ain't no motherfucking hen, mama. Yeah, I ain't eating no goddamn Cornish hen. I'm good. My mom used to be like, baby, you no. Either it's gonna be chicken or nothing. Baby, it's chicken. It's just I don't give a god. It said Cornish hen. Cornish hen. I'm not eating no motherfucking hen, man. I ain't ate one ever since. I remember I was about 10, 11 years old when I told my mama I ain't eating no motherfucking hen now. No, God, cook me some noodles tonight. Cook me some noodles tonight, bitch. I'm not eating no motherfucking Cornish hens. A Cornish hen? No, bitch, no. No, they glazing that motherfucking Cornish hen, putting all that motherfucking goddamn whiskey hickory sauce on that mud. I don't want it. I'm not eating it. I ain't ate one since. I'm 42 years old. I ain't ate a Cornish hen in damn near 32 years. You hop your ass in that doomsday bunker and see if you don't wake up a Cornish hen, bitch. All you motherfuckers in there, y'all gonna wake up Cornish hens. Cause you thought you could escape the Most High. You thought you could wiggle out of this situation. You thought you could hide. But you ain't never read your word, so you don't know that in that word it told you that every stone will be overturned. It told you in that book exactly why you shouldn't have got your dumb ass in that god. Yeah, you the book told you. You sitting in a big ass cement bunker, and the book told you that every stone will be overturned, and you got your ass in there, and you woke up a fully cooked Cornish hen. Well done. Well done. Yeah, absolutely. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. And you know that I guess that again the download, but I don't wanna be and I'm not going to get up here and preach like Kirk Franklin. That ain't really my angle neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pass download through me. The word is in me. I seek the face of the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? The word will help you understand and find the lies that they told you. They told you a lot of lies. You can't do whatever you want and be forgiven. That ain't how it would work. You get to reading that book, you get to seeing God will smoke your ass. Oh, yes, you, the firstborn. Oh, you might lay everybody ass get laid down. Smoke your goddamn body. He didn't. But you got to be able to get that word in you. You got to read the book, and that's where you're going to get the knowledge. The knowledge is going to tell you there is nowhere to run. Oh, listen to me. I'm going to close with this. I get a lot of comfort with that. I get a lot of comfort in the thought that there is nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Oh. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. The only way out is the word, the Most High. That's what's going to separate me from you, us from them. They think they can hide somewhere. We understand only protection is the Most High. Oh, you caught that? Glock LA, you caught that? Glock? Yeah, that's because I got that from the Warriors movie. I like that. Salute the Glock LA. I like that. I like how you saw that. Yeah, that's a regular song that old people know about. But I learned that song from the Warriors. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. You caught that? Nowhere to run to, baby. Yeah. I get comfort in that. When the shit go down, it's gonna go down. When it go down, all I'm gonna do is look to the Most High and go towards the Most High. I ain't gonna have to, yet I know I'm already put the work in. I'm already putting in the groundwork. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in self. The The reptilians is going, these motherfuckers don't know if they need to go to Mars or they need to go in goddamn caves. They trying to figure out where to go. I don't want to be with y'all. I'm not going with the reptilians. Oh, Grown Man Business TV, coming to this mountain. Coming to this mountain. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm all right on that. We got more room, Grown Man Business TV. We have meat. You talking about the same meat y'all was feeding to McDonald's? I'm good on that. Oh, we have plenty of Cornish hen for you, Grown Man Business. Cornish hens. Yeah, I'm good. Keep your fucking human meat. Keep your Cornish hen. You think you're going to survive? You think you're going to take it to the other side? Yeah, it's going to turn to a... You don't even want to see what's going to be on the other side. You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky to be wise enough to know that the only way out is the Most High. You hop in that fucking doomsday bunker, you go with them goddamn people in the mountains. Those is reptilians. Your ass will be on a plate in a couple of months. You and a nice piece of goddamn Cornish hen will be on a plate. Yeah, with some fucking, yeah, some asparagus, some cauliflower. They'll have your ass on a plate with cauliflower and Cornish hen. Yeah, Cornish hen thigh, leg. Nice bushel of cauliflower, and they'll be swiping your ass up. All because you ran to the reptilians. All because you ran trying to survive. Big salute to the chat. You know, this is a powerful thing that's taking place. And I want to let you know that be thankful we getting to see this. Be thankful that you are alive. What a time to be alive. Oh, there's war. There's talks of war. It's dropping bombs on Baghdad. When you get knowledge full of that word, you will understand what times we living in. And it's like, damn, the times we are living in are the same exact times Daniel was given a vision of, and we are living it. We are in it. We are alive and well in this time. That is a blessing. Yeah. Yeah, B. Yeah, big salute to the chat, man. Let me see what we got going on here. Where we at? Yeah, we settle at 20, man. We have 58,000 subscribers. I feel good about that. I'm gonna keep, I'm gonna keep my fingers on the pulse of this situation with these countries, with these wars, with what's going on in Iran and in Israel. I'm gonna keep my finger on the pulse, and we're gonna continue to talk about it. But at the same time, we growing this channel organically. Organic elevation, constant elevation at all times. We are not stopping. And it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. And nothing is stopped. You know what I'm saying? I did have a situation, like I said, I will talk about that situation. I'm in the mix with it right now, knee deep into this situation, man. And when everything is settled and the ink is on the table, we'll talk about it. But that situation kind of stalled me on the music. I actually gotta call my engineer tonight. I'll probably just call him tomorrow, set something up for this weekend coming up. I got about 2 more sessions, but I just have not been able to, you know, painkillers, muscle relax. I haven't been able to actually get my mind in the groove, but it's coming. It's coming, and when it's ready, we're gonna pump it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pump this shit. Big salute to the chat, man. Yeah, we approaching 60,000 subscribers on our own merit. No handouts, no help. We ain't on nobody's podcast. We ain't linked up with nobody. We ain't created no coalition. Just me, direct to consumer with the investors. Because everybody can't talk like this. Everybody really, notice, everybody not going to be able to elaborate on these topics. They're not allowed to. They're scared to. The people they are connected to will be offended if they talk like this. The people they are connected to will be highly offended if they talk like this. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why we got Grown Man Business TV. That's why we got this channel. So salute to everybody doing their thing. You already know we doing our thing. And what is it, 10 o'clock? Listen, I'm not even going to bullshit you and tell you we going live again tonight. But what I'm going to tell you is this. Keep your notifications on. I'm not tired. Yeah, last night I'm over bed, baby. I was a little bit tired last night. I'm not going to pop no pain relievers, nothing, until either I go live or I don't. Make sure your notification bell is ringing. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get that notification. You understand me? Yeah, Mr. Universe. You a youngster, hey, Mr. Universe. I used to have that. I still got it, though. I ain't really like no old man for real. You know what I'm saying? If you put me to the test, then I'm a goddamn show out. You know what I mean? I can still tap in to my fountain of youth. Oh, but I ain't gonna lie to you, boss. I'm gonna say this. I want you to listen to me. You get me behind bars like Diddy? Shit. You see how Diddy look? All that money. You see how Diddy look like? Yeah, what? Diddy went to looking like this? To looking like motherfucking salt and pepper, 80-year-old. Yeah. I still got it. But I do understand that. You know, I have embraced. I have embraced the OG, the old guy. I got the old guy in me is coming out. I can't hold him back no more. I used to hold his ass back. Yo, yeah, man. We going out, stay out all night. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be some funny shit, right? A few years ago, I would go to Atlanta. My uncles and my family got a lot of businesses in Atlanta, right? I would go to Atlanta and go to like clubs with my uncle. In Atlanta, they party all night long. Like these motherfuckers might not come to the club till about 12 o'clock. And then they will party till 6, 7 in the morning. Opium or Optimum. It was a club like called Optima, Opium or something like that. That shit was like, we ain't leave that club till like 7 in the morning one time. When I would go out with my uncles in Atlanta a couple of years ago, I would find myself falling asleep in the club. Yo, my little nephew, my little cousins and shit, they would be there with us. And I would find myself around 3 in the morning, like, and my nephew, my little cousin be like, yo, what the, and I don't give a fuck about it. I kind of, and she'd be like, Cuzzo, what the fuck is you doing, Cuzzo? Wake up with your, oh, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, it's all good. No, I mean, shit, it's all, everything good. No, I mean, that's what the fuck is shit talking about, man. Yeah. That's when I was realizing too, like, I think I'm getting old, man. I can't hold this nigga back. The old guy, the OG, I can't hold him back. I can't hold him back no longer. I'm fighting. I can't. I used to be embarrassed too. My little cousin would be like, yo, uncle, what the fuck? Cousin, what you doing? I used to be embarrassed on the inside. I wouldn't say nothing, but I would be embarrassed. You talking about, no, cause I'm telling you, nah, I'm just telling you, man, I told the bitch the goddamn, and then the old lady, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now I don't give a fuck no more. It is what it is. I don't try to hold them. I ain't holding them in no more. I told your ass I was coming back, and I laid down and I fell asleep. And that's what happened. And guess when I woke up at 4 in the morning, I ain't nothing I could do about it. It's 4:30 in the goddamn morning. Yeah. Some of y'all know, like every now and then you see me go live, it might be 3 in the morning. You be like, what the fuck, GMB, what you doing up? I fell asleep. Then I tried to hop on live at 3 in the morning. Nah, I ain't doing that no more. If I got them, I can't fight it. If the old man come out, then he came out then. Y'all see when I be having my robe on and shit? I get up here with my robe on, it's because I was debating. I was fighting the old man. You know what I'm saying? I got the robe on. I'm ready to go to sleep, but I'm trying to go ahead and go live because I said I was gonna go live. So now I'm in between. I got the robe on and I'm live. See, it's like a middle ground. I got that motherfucking nice ass robe on and shit. I'm talking to you. I'm having the live with y'all. I'm gonna be doing content. What you don't know is about 25 minutes ago, I was about to go to bed on your ass. Oh, yes. And sometime, right? Sometime I was about to go to bed. The old lady, she, we get involved. Now I'm up again. Now I done got charged up. The old lady done charged me up. But see, I was tired. She was charged up. Now I done put her ass to bed, and now I'm charged up. See the transfer of energy? See, young nigga, what I'm trying to tell you is, young nigga, oh, it's good when you get up here to this area. Oh, the goal is to get old, young nigga. The goal is to get old. My old lady come in the room, she charged up. I'm tired. I done put her ass to sleep like Jay Holiday. Now she went this. Now I'm charged up and she sleep. We done transferred the energy. While you young niggas is out there popping Percocets, partying in the club, smoking weed and all jumping around with the loud music, I'm putting some ass to sleep. Yeah, I'm putting her ass down. I'm putting her ass down for the count. Yes, yes. That zebra leg I was telling y'all about. You remember when we talk about the zebra leg? Yeah, we got through. Well, I'm not an African. I don't know. I ain't no motherfucking African. But the zebra, yeah. So every now and then, and that's what might just happen tonight. When I come back in about an hour, I think I'm gonna come back. I feel like it. I'm liable to have my robe on, and I think I will exchange energy and transfer the energy. I think I'm gonna talk to the old lady I'm gonna go ahead and call her. I'm gonna talk to the old lady. I'm gonna tell her I need to transfer energy. Yeah, I need to be recharged like a Tesla. If you can recharge me like a Tesla, salute to the old lady. You know what I mean? Salute to the old lady. Yeah. Yeah, I talk to the old lady. If she feel like I need to, she want to transfer energy, then I might just slide back on this joint, man. Big salute to the chicks. Yeah. Yeah, man, Mr. Universe, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Yeah. Salute. So listen, man. You already know what time it is, but it's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man, you can tap in, you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the bricks into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoating nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm only here to give you this game straight raw, my G. Pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. No fentanyl, no baking soda, no quinine, all right? We ain't water whipping this dope and we ain't counter whipping this dope. It's straight off the brick into the bottles, all right? Is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. We are at the brink of World War III, but this is just the beginning footsteps. These are baby steps they're taking. You know, Venezuela, Iran, these are baby steps leading towards Taiwan and China. Nobody wants to be the initiator. Nobody wants history to say that you started a nuclear war that destroyed the earth, that destroyed civilization. Nobody really wants to be the initiator. Everybody's shooting jabs at each other, trying to make the other side jump first so they can have reason to take it there. And then they can play victim and point the finger and say, they made us do it. Look what they did. Not understanding that you guys are playing right in the hands of the Most High. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. We're going to keep a pulse on this, but who's surprised? Who's scared? Not us. Do what you got to do and get it over with. At the same time, I had to deliver that message to white men. The same white men that are so eager to go to war, have a racial conflict you know, Proud Boys that ran up in that, you know, that Congress building and, you know, whatever they was doing, and they was climbing walls. When these Epstein files finally came out and became available, where you can read this shit. I mean, it's people that's reading it. Just from what they regurgitate of what they read, let me know I'm not reading it. But y'all know what your people was doing. Your people was into. It ain't about Jay-Z, homie. It ain't about Push. It ain't about none of that. Y'all done already expose our, you know, pedos in our community respectfully, and we ain't making no excuses. But why y'all ain't going to war? Why y'all ain't pulling out these weapons? Why y'all ain't doing what y'all want to do to us and to everybody else? Why y'all ain't doing it to the people that was doing all that to them babies and them youngsters and them women? It ain't too much more hiding y'all could do either. All right? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So listen, man, big salute to the chat. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You already know you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest you tap in. Gang.